Well, DC Crew Developments, I would say it started with our passion to doing projects. So we lived in a 100-year-old home, and I liked redoing stuff because it was old and ugly. And so just took on little projects for ourselves. And then that grew to people asking for help on their projects. And then in 2008, we ventured out a little bit for us, and we built a spec home. And so that was our first kind of custom build for ourselves just to flip.
Well, as Christy mentioned, we did our first house in 2008. For me, it was just wanting to truly know what the cost of a house was. I couldn't get a straight answer out of other builders as to what the truth was, so we just wanted to do one for ourselves to see, and it was a really good process. We built it with my brother, but it started the inner thinking that, man, this is maybe something that we could do, and we did end up doing renovation work after that on the side, but in 2011 we built our dream home for ourselves, and it was after that point, 2 years later, we actually sold our house, and that gave us the cash to buy property in town, and we developed in town building spec homes. Would have been around 2014, just building and selling, proving that we could do this, and since then it's been DC Crew Developments ever since. So 2014 is kind of when we started. Builders to me have an issue with transparency, I believe.
I think it's something that we wanted to change in the building industry. Like, I just feel like you can produce a product, a good product, with transparency and trust.
Yeah, I do think the lack of transparency comes from truly it being about the business rather than the person. And I just really, for us, it's always about the person, it's always about the client, it's always about the relationship, and that's first and foremost. And the business grows because of that, and we can't do what we do without people. So our first intent is people first, and this is where I realized at early on that that's what I would have wanted, and so that's what I give people. When you treat people well, when you treat your tradespeople well, they want to come work for you, and it's reflected in the build. We trust them, they trust us, they get paid on time, and they're happy to come work for us, and it gives us a better build in the end for sure. So it's just always been putting people first.
So most of our customers we meet by word of mouth, people recommending us, and the other way predominantly is going to the Red Deer Home Show. So when we have a client reach out to us, as a builder, we like to meet face to face. So sitting down at the kitchen table to hear their dream, their wants, their needs, and get a feel for where they're at in the building process. That step is really important to us. Other builders will often charge for that step, and we don't do that. So we like to meet face to face, and then we start the drawing process. If the client doesn't have blueprints of their own, sometimes they come to us with their own prints, and then we'll have our designer make changes and stuff. But our clients will work directly with our designer to draw, to get their dream down on paper for us. And so that's kind of the start.
The first step is always to really want to meet in person, to find out a person's dreams, desires in a house, right down to how many bedrooms in a house, how many bathrooms, square footages, and you kind of nail a lot of the detail off to begin with, including discussing money as well, because you don't want to, draw something up that is, not what they're going to be looking to do. The next stage is taking the ideas and the dream and putting it on paper. So we have a residential designer that helps us with that. He deals directly with the client, which is good. and they eventually get drawings done, a prelim set of prints done that we can price out. So that's kind of step 2, that we price out the prints, and there's always some back and forth in regards to wanting to make sure that you hone in on exactly what they're wanting and make sure it's going to work for them.
I will typically enter into the discussion when they are picking colors, picking flooring, picking colors, granite, cabinets, the interior stuff. And that's a service we offer. Not everybody takes us up on that offer, which is totally fine. If they want help, we're available. I'm available. If they don't, I stay out of the process. We have an amazing designer that we work closely with. He comes on site with us. He will come check out the land, to get a feel for the client along with us.
We consider ourselves a Central Alberta builder, so I just determine anything within a 2-hour drive is reasonable, that our guys are willing to drive, and we have made connections and good tradespeople in other towns too if we need to shorten the drive up some. But yeah, Central Alberta and in a 2-hour perimeter of Lacombe Red Deer area is mainly what we try to hit. I really believe what sets us apart again is just our relationship with people and how much we truly care about the individual. And it comes out in the work, but it comes out after when you get gifts from the people, or you get reviews from the people, or you get further referrals from the people. It's just a process of caring and appreciating the process to build, but also caring and appreciating the people that you're building for. So I really think that I don't know how other guys treat their people, but I know for us, again, we can't do this without them. So
another thing that sets us apart is when a client comes to us, this is who you get. You will see Denver's face on the project weekly, if not daily, and you will see me periodically on the job site. And so I feel like that is one thing that is a little bit different. Obviously, we're a smaller builder, but we're showing our clients that we're personable, and we're the ones that you're dealing with.
There's aspects of the build, obviously, that are super important you can't do without. That preliminary stage is incredibly important to be able to be on a site and to be able to build per print rather than per every single change that gets made. So that is significant, that preliminary design and work with the client beforehand. I just feel that there's an aspect of building though that needs to get spoke, and that is trusting one another. And it's a significant part of the build because it's required for the client to trust us with their life investment, and we can trust them in their decision making and care for giving us the project to do too, right? So yes, it is about design and being able to build without 100 different changes, but it's also the relationship that we don't ever look past.
I feel like the top 3 things, if I was looking for a builder, would be competence, would be referrals. Like, I want to hear what other people are saying, like references, and for those references to be offered to me by the builder. Like, I want to freely give them as a builder, phone this person, phone this past client, hear what they have to say about us. And lastly, I would say integrity. I look for integrity. I want to trust the builder.
Why would you want to hire DC Crew Developments? To be honest, I really feel like we do put so much pride into detail right down to our communication, But detail in the home, the quality control. When you build a house with us, you're going to be satisfied with the product. We don't leave you with deficiencies.
You should build with DC Crew Developments because you will have a home that you wake up every morning having no regret whatsoever. You will love your home, you will raise your family in your home, or you'll retire and just be able to enjoy the beauty of the home that DC Crew Developments built you.